I'm Sweetie Peas, and today I'm going to read you a story. Today's story is Spork, written by Kyo Maclear and illustrated by Isabelle Arsenault. Spork was neither spoon nor fork, but a bit of both. Have you ever used a spork before? They're my preferred method of food delivery. He had a mom and a dad who both thought he was perfect, just the way he was. I bet your mom and dad think you're perfect just the way you are too. They're right. But Spork stuck out. In his kitchen, forks were forks and spoons were spoons. Cutlery customs were followed closely. Mixing was uncommon. Naturally, there were rule breakers, knives who loved chopsticks, tongs who married forks. But such families were unusual. I like the word cutlery. It's like a fancy way of saying forks and knives and spoons and sporks. One day, after the billionth time he was asked, "What are you anyway?" and the zillionth time he was passed over when the table was being set, Spork sighed and thought, it must be easier to be a single thing, and he decided he'd try to pick just one thing to be. He thought he should start by fixing his head. He put on a bowler hat to look more spoonish, but the forks thought he was too round. Do you see his hat? I think it's called a bowler hat because it looks like an upside-down bowl. Then he made a paper crown to look more forkish, but the spoons thought he was too pointy. I don't know, paper crowns can be a lot of fun. Have you ever made one before? I recommend it. Spork wondered if there were other lonely creatures out there with no matching kind, who never got chosen at the table. What do you think? Do you think there's other kinds of cutlery that don't get used every day? At dinner time, he watched from the drawer while the spoons played pea hockey and skillfully balanced boiled eggs. He sat off to the side while the forks raked fancy patterns in the mashed potatoes and twirled noodles around in complicated circles like rhythmic gymnasts. And at the end of this and every other meal, Spork looked on while the others enjoyed a super bubbly bath in the sink. Seems a little lonely, doesn't he? I think he's cute. Until one morning, a messy thing arrived. This messy thing had obviously never heard of cutlery customs or table manners. No, this messy thing smeared and spilled and flung and clumped and dripped without a care. Just look at that mess. I wonder what this messy thing could be. Wait, said the forks, but the messy thing did not wait. Careful, said the spoons, but the messy thing was not careful. Help, said the forks, while the messy thing continued to slop and splatter. Quick, said the spoons. What a mess. Now, a fork may be good for poking and picking, and a spoon may be fine for scooping and stirring. But this messy thing with its slurpy and clumpy, half-finished food bits needed something else. Something that could do all sorts of things at once. Something flexible and easy to hold. Something that was neither spoon nor fork, but a bit of both. I think we might know someone for the job. That's when Spork landed. The messy thing saw Spork and immediately stopped and gurgled. Looks like Spork's happy about that, huh? It grabbed Spork and held him motionless in its fist. It tapped him once and let out a cheerful shriek. It wagged Spork excitedly up and down. Can you tell what that shadow is? And that's how Spork finally and happily found his way to the table. Just a bit round, just a bit pointy, just right. The end. Thank you so much for enjoying that book with me. I really liked that one. I hope you did too. Now, please reach out to me at Sweetie Peas on Instagram. And don't forget to hit the like and notification and subscribe buttons, all of those things, if you'd like to hear more. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye!